Hi guys, welcome back to the Literary Archives and the first video in a series on note-taking and study skills. Today we're going to be talking about why note-taking matters, and we're going to have a brief discussion on the debate of handwriting or typing notes. So let's get started. You might be asking yourself, Amanda, why do you care what my notes look like? The answer is simple. I think more and more students are leaving our school system without the confidence and the skills necessary to take notes, both in college and in the workplace. And when students and adults and anyone old or young doesn't have the ability to take notes or the confidence to take notes, then the entire wealth of information that our world has to offer is lost to them. And I want to help make a change in that. I want people to be able to learn new things, learn new skills, learn new trades, and take notes in that process effectively and with confidence. So that kind of leads us into why our notes even matter. The first reason is that note-taking helps you learn. Shocking revelation, I know, but note-taking helps you learn because it actively engages you in the learning process. And that key word is actively. You can't just be passively writing down what the teacher had on the board or writing down everything from a textbook. That's not going to get you where you want to go. You have to be engaged in the process of taking in information, processing that information, and outputting it. So there's a lot of processing going on for every little snippet of information that you get. And when you take it in, you think it through, you write it down, you've now thought it through in three different ways. You've seen it, you've heard it, you've thought about it, and you've written it down. And that active engagement within the new material helps it to cement in your brain. Note-taking also, number two, helps you build connections. So when you are taking in information, you're thinking about it, during this process, it is building connections between your prior knowledge and your new learning. So you are connecting the dots, essentially. You're building those bridges between what you know and what you want to know. And the more connections you make, the more learning that you do, the easier those connections become, the more familiar you become with that material, and you comprehend it, and it stays where you want it to go. Note-taking is essential in that because it is the process of putting thoughts onto paper, putting information onto paper, reviewing, studying, coming back to it. And it's an essential piece in building those connections. Third reason your notes matter is because note-taking requires discipline. When you sit down to take notes, when you are learning a new skill, a new trade, you have to be active in that pursuit. And taking notes and taking them effectively is one step in getting to where you want to go and into achieving those dreams. And if you don't know how to take notes and study effectively, it's like being on a diet and then eating a carton of ice cream. It's counterproductive. You're not going to get to the end goal after you've just shoveled in a whole bunch of ice cream, right? But note-taking is one step in that process of getting from where you are at to where you want to be. And it forces your mind to harden itself, but also at the same time, you're expanding that knowledge, you're expanding your worldview, and it's critically important that you do so. So, do you handwrite or do you type your notes? I personally love handwriting. Not only do I like it, but it's backed up by science. So in 2024, January of last year, a study done by the Norwegian University of Science and Technology found that when participants were asked to take notes by hand, different parts of their brain all over were lit up in visual, sensory processing, and memory. When those same participants were asked to type their notes, there was little to no brain activity. And if you are in pursuit of improvement of your mind, you're trying to study for a class, you're working towards something, little to no brain activity is not helping you get to that end goal. Thank you for tuning in to Why Notes Matter, and I hope that I've convinced you to handwrite your notes from here on out. Next in our series, we're going to be looking at 7 basics of effective note-taking that are going to immediately transform your skill and hopefully boost your confidence right away. So I'll see you then.